What's up guys, this is Elon. In this video, I'm going to talk about the customers that we don't want to quote. So without further ado, let's begin. All right, so when I say we don't want to quote, there's two scenarios. We really don't want to quote, or we just going to invest the least amount of time into them. Because we already understand they're going to be very demanding and it might lead to nothing. So we're going to limit the amount of time we allocate to those people. So let me explain. So the first one will be HOAs. Really, the general rule of thumb is if there's more than two decision makers, then we kind of are in that spot that, okay, gotta limit our time and effort that we're gonna put into it. So with HOAs, you already know, I mean, there's a whole lot of people involved, and then they're gonna get 150 bids, and everybody cares about the community and wanna invest time in it and like have all the time in the world, and who knows, whatever the reason is. But would we quote them? Yes. We'll make one trip, we'll send them the quote, and we'll let it go. If they reach out with interest, we'll invest in it, we'll reply and so on. But where it gets messy is on a different ones where it's a lot more involving. So the next one will be apartments. You know, a lot of the time they're owned by private equity group or private groups or whatnot. You're dealing with a local person, and that local person pass it up in the hierarchy, and like it just never ends. We do have apartment as customers because we do still entertain the fact and go and give them a bid. But again, we step back and limit our times if it gets very time consuming. And we have literally said, hey, if you guys are moving forward, we can meet 100 times, talk 100 times, but like you gotta commit to us before we start putting more time into it once they become crazy. So the next one will be businesses. Now that's a tricky one because it's such a broad category of the type of businesses and how they're structured and so on. But there's a lot of businesses that have few owners, and when you talk to one owner and then you talk to his partner and then they say, you need to get more bids, and then they have questions. You know, again, I'm in favor of quoting them one time and then, you know, slowing things down. It gets very messy when there are a business that needs complicated doors, like really large rolling steels or speed doors and so on. They ask all those questions that are not so simple as explaining a residential door, and you know, and they have really crazy questions that you every time you have to go back to engineering of the manufacturer. And you know, we're garage door people, we're not the engineers. We don't spend time learning about crazy stuff that their side might care about, and they become very time consuming. And even this week there was a company, and we just look, they keep on asking questions and say, look, if you guys moving forward, we'll put all the time and effort into this, but right now this is our quote, and if you guys are approving it, then we can keep moving forward. And the last one will be project builders. So if you watch my other video about the type of builders that we deal with, you heard me say that I truly dislike them in general. They're very difficult to deal with. So they're quoting, so they're gonna use you, so they need you to quote for them so they can submit their bid, and they don't always win, right? So first of all, you know, like they don't own the job and you're gonna spend time on it. Second of all, they're gonna send you a set of drawing. They make you look for who knows how long to find the door specs, the door sizes, the quantities. They know none of that. We no longer search those documents. We tell them, hey, we would be happy to bid on this, but you need to send us the door specs. They're gonna send us the door specs. It's gonna miss something like door quantity, door sizes, door designs. We're gonna send them email back. So, you know, the emails are not too bad. We're used to it. We have the manpower for it. Eventually they get it to you. You so invest all this time and they might not even win the bid. So just again, take into consideration that they're very difficult. And on top of it, if they do win the job, they don't know what the hell they're doing 90% of the time. At least the people that their superintendent and whatnot, or whoever is, like, there's always delays, ridiculous delays, months. So they tell you, order, we're gonna be ready in a month, it's ready in 3 months. You show up, it's not ready. They're picky about everything, blaming you for, it's just, so there's so many stories I can share in another video. But we do want to quote them, but we're gonna make them do some legwork, make sure that they get invested in as well, and have them give us the information that we need to quote it, instead of us having to search and filter through that information and then quoting it. So this is it, guys, for this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.